Good morning, friends and family. Rise and shine. I hope that you guys are feeling blessed this morning. I want to talk to you a little bit this morning just about Peter, Simon, Simon Peter, and you know, I would like to think that I am the type of person I would probably be like a Peter in the bunch, a little bit hard headed, a little rough around the edges, sometimes taking a while for me to get it. But Peter had was in his boat, and the Lord was preaching on land, and Peter had been fishing all night. He had been trying to catch fish all night. He couldn't catch a thing. And Peter was out there on the boat, and Jesus said, "Hey, do you mind if I stand on your boat to preach?" And Peter was like, "No, go ahead." And so Jesus stood in his boat and finished up his sermon, and then he turned to Peter and he said, "Hey, push off a little bit more out into deep water and throw your nets in." Peter was like, thanks, Jesus, but I've been fishing all night, haven't caught a thing, and so it's probably a waste of time. I mean, I've tried this already. And Jesus was like, "I understand, but trust me. Just push off out into the deep water, cast your net into the water." And so Peter reluctantly, I imagine was like, "Man, this guy, I appreciate the optimism and the enthusiasm, but I'm a pro. I mean, it's what I do for a living. I know. I know." And so Peter threw his nets down, and lo and behold, the nets were so full of fish that he had to call another boat over to get all the fish in the boats. It was two boats full of fish, slam packed to the rim. The boats were on the verge of sinking. Imagine that. The boats were on the verge of sinking. That's how many fish. So this wasn't like, he caught 100 pounds worth of fish. We're talking hundreds, maybe even thousands of pounds of fish that were caught. I mean, a real, true life, unmistakable miracle. This was not a consequence. This wasn't just, this was, he had never caught that many fish in his life. And, the striking point about this story is that immediately Peter, for the first time in his life, recognizes Jesus for who Jesus is. And he falls down on his face and he's like, "Please go away from me. I am not worthy to be in your presence. I am a sinful man." Like, he gets it. He immediately gets it. And I have to wonder how many times in my life Jesus has shown himself to me and I've chalked it up to something different than what it really was. Like it was a miracle of God. And obviously, when I got shot and I recovered from that, I recognized that for what it was. When God wiped away my debt, I recognized that for what it was. But there have been so many other things in my life that Jesus has done, and I have not, I haven't recognized his goodness to the extent that I should have in those moments. And so I just want to encourage you that the Lord, most likely, unless you're really young, has shown himself in your life. And I just want you to go back and revisit that moment and think about how you responded. Did you recognize it for what it was? Do we get so much? Do we understand how good his goodness is that we are struck in awe by it? We should be. He's doing miracles every day, y'all. Every day he's doing miracles. Don't lose hope. Don't lose heart. I don't care what situation you're in. I don't care how dire it looks. Do not lose hope. Because he is alive. He is good. He is for you. And the Bible says that he is always, always there. That means you always have a reason to hope. I hope that you're blessed by this. Hope you have a fantastic and wonderful day. Be blessed, friends. Talk to you tomorrow.